Hi, welcome back to another ARCHICAD speed modeling tutorial by ASM TechBase. As you can see, I got inspired by the ARCHICAD 23 Las Vegas presentation. I thought, oh, this model, let's see what we can do with ARCHICAD 22 and how far we can take it. All right, let's get started then. Okay, so I've got this as a base here. I show you just simple, some slabs and a road. And the first thing is I did open the video from Graphisoft with the ARCHICAD 23 news from Las Vegas, and I took some screen captures, as you can see here. So that's what we try to to simulate, as close as possible. And those are just screenshots from the video. Now that's the way the first one came in, so the scale was wrong. So the way you do this is you select and you just resize it and say define graphically, and obviously it's an estimate. So I estimated that this door from here to here is maybe about 2.2 meters. So I clicked here and you click roughly there, and now you put in 2200. I'm working in millimeters. So now obviously if I hit my measure tool M, I click, this is roughly, to 200. Okay, so if I zoom out, you can see that's that's how I came to that size I'm modeling today. Delete this one. Okay, next bit is we go straight into model the first wave roof. We take a spline for this, and what we do is we zoom in and you trace along this beautiful wave roof, so just roughly. Obviously if you want a more accurate, you zoom in and you click a lot more, but for me this tutorial I just go along here. This gives me a rough outline of this nice roof. Let's go over here and we keep going there. Okay, so it's actually quite nice because you will see when I finish this off, the settings of the spline is nice because it makes it round automatically, or smoothing it out. Double click, see, there you go. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Okay, next bit we have, go back here, and I got just a normal setting. I do this roof with the shell, and it's just the normal settings, nothing, out of the ordinary. I started 00, 500 thickness, I gave it the material, and let's put this on roofs. Cancel out of this, and to do this obviously I need to go back here and we select this, copy, and we paste this in. Right, it's pulling over there, that's fine. Let's move it a bit up here, and now we can draw our shell. Just click on the shell, use the magic wand tool. Now this is again important, I do this quickly now. Magic wand tool and click, hang on a second. Oops. Oh, gotta change it to this one here, don't we? Yep, just to make sure. Doesn't work with this one again. So spacebar down, you click, and extrusion length, just leave it 5 meters for now, and click OK. So now let's see what we did. So you can see it's it's not really smooth enough. So let's just delete this again, and we go back to our magic wand setting. The magic wand setting gives you obviously the option to make this a bit more smooth. So my setting was here, deviation from curves 60. Let's make it 20. You can try all the other ones, you've seen this in other tutorials. It's sometimes a bit of a try and error, what fits best for you. So I'll try this 20, and again we hold down the space bar and we click OK, and let's have a look. If I select this now, I think this is not too bad. Let's have a quick look, zooming in on that in 3D. So yeah, look, for me, I'm happy with this. You can do more, but you gotta be careful so it doesn't slow you down too much in 3D. But again, it depends what you're after. Great, so this is good. Next bit is we gotta move this down. So just drag this down, and let's just go roughly here. Now I got a section on the left, elevation 1 and elevation 2. we open the section first. Now that's actually a quick little trick, I don't know if you know that. See, if you go and right click now, you can say open with current view setting and it will open just this section. But if you actually go and select all three of them and do the same thing again, it will ask you, you have 3 elevations selected, well, you know, one section, open all, and you get the tab up here, all of them. That's very handy actually. So let's move this, by the way, I don't really like this over here, let's move this there, and we got elevation 2, elevation 1, see, you just click and move, section, screen captures, yeah, perfect. Alright, elevation 1, we need the section because we have to select this one and we have to rotate it. Okay, so you go here, this way, and rotate up. There we go. Get back to our 3D, and as you can see, it's standing up nicely. If you go and have a look at elevation 1, we should be able to see this. There you go, great. Next step, I like to make this a little bit more exciting. So let's get down here and move it roughly there, and the length, again, we just sort of roughly do this there. Great. To get this bit more to the width I have, or Graphisoft modeled this up with, we can go to the section. I can see now, I have this in from a previous test. Let's take this out. Okay, I can now say, oh, let's show, where are we here? Right click, and I want to show this as a trace reference. There you go. So if you then out here right click, you can say trace, drag reference, and let's just go roughly there. Okay, so this means that you can see roughly, look, you can play around here, see? So I can see roughly where the building starts, where the building ends, and obviously it overlaps a little bit with the roof. So let's get back here. So you can see mine is a bit too wide, so I can select this in here and we should be able to move this. There you go. And let's move it back here. I should really turn that almost off, isn't it? Yeah, that's not bad. As you can see, you know, you could go there a little bit more. Great. Cool. So that's pretty much the width I modeled this roof with. Okay, now to make it more exciting again, we select this, and if you zoom in a bit, you can click, you got to be on the shell tool, and you can click on the outer line. Oh, actually, can you see this? I want to show you, I want to flip this outside. You can flick this. Yeah, so the thickness going up with. I like working like that. I don't like it going down. Okay, so if I now click on this side here, I've got the option of, hang on a second, this one here, set an angle. Woo, zoom out a bit. So, right, tilt. So you can tilt it. So if I tilt it, let's put in 110, 110. Okay, and yeah, looking good. So we can do the same on the other side a little bit if you wanted to, or we can keep it straight. Let's just keep it straight for now, because the next bit is, you keep going to make it more exciting. I go a little bit this way, and I go back to my section. So section, if I have a look now, out, 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 turn this one off, don't need this at the moment. There we go. I want to rotate this, and I just want to go, you know, make it, you see the angle there, I got 4, 3, let's just make it 5. Yeah, let's make it 5. And hit enter. So it's sloping down 5 now. Let's have a quick look. Okay, whoops, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, great. So, and I like to move this a little bit more into the middle. Right, so if I look now on my 3D, that's sort of the first view we get of, you know, if you look back here, we go to this one over here. You know, it's not the same, but like I said, I'll just make it similar. There you go. Cool. Now, to do this the other side a little bit, we should really move that a bit too, I mean on an angle. So let's go this way. And you go here. Again, you click there and you can just angle it out. This one I only make 100 for now. Great, cool. So what I like to do is next we do another roof going this way. For this I will use the section. Okay, but I need first, how do you say that, the outline. So I go back to my screenshots and I do another spline with this roof here. Again, very simple, you just click along. Beautiful. Select, you copy, and we go back here and we paste this in. It's down here. Fine, move it over here and we rotate this that way. So next bit is shell tool, magic wand tool, click. Okay, and let's do this straight away. Select and we flip it upwards. Great, you can see we need to go to elevation 1, which is here, and you gotta select and rotate this one too. So this way, this way, this way. And while I'm at it, let's just move it a little bit up. You will see in a moment going to section 1. That's where it turns up. Maybe in 3D, just so you understand what I did. Okay, where are we here? Okay, that didn't turn up. Very interesting. Maybe there was something select. Try again. Ah, that's better. Okay, let's deselect this. All right, so this is our roof here. And I like to go and drag this one up now. We drag to roughly there. We go there. That will do. And what I do is, again, I like to rotate, hold shift and straight, and then you go parallel to this here, which you can just hit parallel down here, parallel. There you go. Looking good, looking good. So we move this a little bit further this way. That's a little bit in the middle. We get to this after. Let's have a look in 3D again. Yeah, that's what we got for now. As you can see, I should really move it down here because that's where I want to start extending it all the way there. But for now, that's fine. And there is another little problem because I did not tell the shell to show on all stories. So select and you can do this here. All stories, okay, and we go back. It just turned up. All right, cool. Let's extend this, and I extend this sort of in the middle of our last wave. Great. There you go. That's what we got for now. Good. I'll go now into the next elevation. Well, this elevation 1, and we'll see what's happening here. Yes, that's good. Select, and again, I wanna just roughly do this. So it's now sloping this way too, as you can see. Okay, very nice. To make a bit more slope, I can see we almost too high still. So let's slope it a bit more. All right, let's go. All right, how's that? Oh yeah, that's more like it. Right, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, now we have to obviously get rid of the leftovers. And how do we do this? That'll be the next bit we obviously use for this, the SEO, solid element operations. Now, if we use this solid element operation here, you can see that something won't work out. Okay, you can see I can subtract this wave from that long roof here, but then we got a problem here. It will just have a gap. So I did this on purpose. So again, this is a tutorial so you can learn what we have to do. So I actually have to change the type of roof here. Okay, so yes, it's a bit unlucky, but you know what? We delete this one and I'll show you what I mean with this. I'm going back to my section where I drew this. No, sorry, we did this in here. Yes, right. So going back to this where I do this. So what I really need to do is I have to close them off on either side. So let's take this and we just move this down here. Actually, you know, those ones, just move them together. There we go. And yeah, to move this, you can see this one here. You know, this doesn't work, so you have to go there, and then I can sort of move it around. Okay, so we do the same over here. Let's take this first there. Oops, this one first. So we go down, and then we just move a little bit of this around. Okay, you will see in a moment why I do this, but it's important to do sometimes the design. You know, let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one too, and make it more for, how you say that, it fits, you know. There you go. So this is more the way it should be for me to make this actually work. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. You know, let's go this way. It's the same size, and move this up a bit. All right, it's a different shape, but you will see in a moment why I did this. So copy this one and we go back here. As this is the same as before, I just speed this up a bit for you. But this is good. All right, nicely cut off. Beautiful. Don't worry about this. We get rid of this in a moment. So you can obviously say, all right, just move this back using this one here. Okay, you can just go this way. There you go. That's one way to do it. And you obviously have some leftovers here. So in this case, what I like to do is we just extend this up a bit. Go to our elevation and you zoom in. You can click on our shell here, and what you can do is you can add some points. So go to shell tool and we click here, and you see that's an adding tool. So what I do is now I'll be just, again, because it's tutorials, I'm roughly, you know, adding something on. There you go. Let's have a look. Okay, so if you now go there, you can see it would need more, and if you want it obviously more smooth, you just do that in the elevation more exact by drawing a line or an arc, but a line will probably do. Let's just do this. Let's go up here and we select this, and you just sort of, you know, there we go. Let's try this. Go over here. Oh, no. I want to move this first. There we go. Move this there. And move this there. You see how it's smoothing out a bit. And now we add. Going there. And we just click along this circle here. Or arc. Right, so it looks a lot more smooth now. Let's get back in here. There you go. Now all we have to do is extend this again, and because this is an SEO, it will just cut it off. There you go. See, it will cut it off nicely. As you can see, you have to stop in there. Oh, all those little things you have to remember. All right, let's go there. Let's have a look what we do. Yeah, looking good. Okay, so that's what we got now. We got this nice roof all cut off. You can go underneath. It looks nice and clean. Great. Okay, let's save. Don't forget that. Very important. Every so often do a save. Okay, now I would like to add that circle arc opening we got here. We go to, there we go. Okay, so I like to add this opening like an arc, and I start doing this in elevation 2. That's why I got elevation 2, which is over here. All right, so go elevation 2, and I like to add this circle. Great. So we go and take a circle. I like to use that a lot actually with the 3 points, because then I can just simply go down here. Let's start roughly over here. Again, you maybe want to have an exact measurement from either side. I'm doing a tutorial. I just do it by eye. Second one from those 3, and now depends where I click again. As you can see, let's go up here. Double. And now you can just, you know, it's going the wrong way, so just go around this way. Great. Okay, this I want to cut off. Should have really drawn the whole circle. Silly, silly. See, that happens sometimes. Sorry. Whole circle. Because now you select this one and you can right click. Whoops. Select, right click, and you say create hole in shell. So spacebar, there we go, and cut it out. So let's have a look. See, so we got this hole cut out. You're going to go higher, you go higher. Not a problem at all. Great. Now, how do we do this? Similar to this, you know, it seems to sort of go nice in there and it seems to bulge out a bit. So we can use the next, get rid of this for now, the next shell tool, which is this one here. I should have really done a copy of this. Okay, actually see, now I don't need the whole circle. There you go. I need the other one. Tab, tab, tab. I need this one. Copy. And we go back here and we paste this in. Yeah, it's looking good, but you think now, it doesn't look the same, does it? No, it doesn't. Correct. So, and I have to extend this first that way. And we go click, angle this way. And we tilt, look, it's starting obviously at 90, we tilt it by, it needs quite a lot I think, but let's put in 30. Okay, elevation 1. And we then rotate. There you go. And we move this way. And you know, we can make it stick out a little bit if you want, but let's just see what we got in 3D. So we got this for now. So I think we should really make it stick out a little bit more, or we move that angle a bit less. I think it's a bit too much. Oops. There you go. Yeah, I quite like that actually. And let's move this down. Yeah, that will do. I have to do an SEO anyway. This is just for me now. Now, as you can see, I should have really done this first because that doesn't match up. So, elevation 2. There you go. So I need to do this shell again. Let's just get rid of this one and we do another circle arc. Move in. And let's just do this one here. So then we can match our other shell we got here. Yeah, that's good. So let's go around and you just do it again. You just click on this shell. So we do this right click, create holding shell, and spacebar click. There you go. Ah, it's looking good, it's looking good. I'm just gonna make sure we got this right here. Yeah, this can be SEO'd. All right, SEO, let's get back. We do solid element operation and we get a target element, which is this one. And we get operate element, which is this one. And subtraction with upwards, extrusion or downwards. So let's start with, so this is a very hard one. Let's try upwards. Oh, wrong one. Let's get back. There you go. Let's just do it again. And we go downward. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Cool. If you're a bit unsure about this, yeah, it looks a bit funny here. Let's just move it a little bit more for this tutorial. That's fine. We go to elevation 1. See this one here, and all you do is you just tiny bit of a notch. Actually, you know what? It's probably better we just extend it. Let's extend it first and see what happens. Because it's the SEO is there, it will do it automatically anyway. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, now see that doesn't help. So let's do an understep. We really need to just rotate this a tiny bit. There you go. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks much better, much better. I like it. Great. Let's add a curtain wall. We go back and we do elevation 1. And I like to add a curtain wall here. So to get this into the nice wavy shape as I have here, I really should copy this one here, because that's what I've been using. It's just easier. So let's copy this and we go to elevation 1 and we paste this in here. Okay, there we go. So obviously you make sure you move this to the right location. There you go, zoom in a bit. Gotta make sure which one it is. It's a little bit of a trial and error which one it is. Maybe it's this one up here. Oh, you know, it won't be exactly right because obviously I put an angle on it. Fair enough. So what we do is, to make it look very similar, you move this down here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Great. Paste it in. And now I like to go lower than that, because if you look at what the ARCHICAD 23 is, it doesn't go all the way up the curtain wall, right? It stops here. So let's do that similar. We go back here and I like to lower this. So let's lower this by a number. Y. Let's take it 6 meters. Let's see what happens. Minus. Okay, we got it there. Bit hard to see, isn't it? But it definitely came down. Great, so I can create, maybe, you know, to make this a bit easier, I really should cut this off further back. So you just go there and let's cut off the elevation there. It's easier to work with, isn't it? Yes, looking good. So now, before I do this curtain wall, I have to think how I want to, you know, finish this one off. I think we should finish it off more with a wave inside there. So what I do is, let's get the spline and just roughly, you know, we draw this here and we go down. Maybe make it really cool, make it this way. All right, so that's what I want to finish off with. So yeah, that looks pretty good. This one here, let's move this a bit more that way. Yeah, it's looking good, it's looking good. Now you gotta be careful here because the thickness, let's copy that one. Drag a copy because I will draw a wall after there. So let's get rid of this one. It's not that I draw the wall after and then it sticks out that way. Great. So the next one, again with the curtain wall, I have just certain settings like the default settings. Again, it's up to you. You know, if you design something. So mine is very simple here. You can see the width is 1500. You know what, let's make this a bit more. Let's make it 1800. There we go, 1800. And I've got at 3 meter interval. First is 5 meters. And then I got 3 meter intervals, so 5 might be a bit big. Let's make it less. Let's make it. Actually, you know what? Let's leave it 5. It could look quite cool. and let's draw it up, because like I said, it's a tutorial. I'm not sure what happened. Nice, isn't it? Alright, cool. So if I now use the space bar, you can see you move slowly around, and it should go somewhere where I want to close it off. You saw before it does go and close it off, but I missed it again. Oh, yeah, this is the one. So I click place. Let's have a look what happens. Oh, it's the wrong one. You want to see how it looks? It looks really funny. I'll show you quickly. There you go. It's gone that way. So under this one, because up here, very important, I have to use this one. Let's try this again, and we try to settle there. Looks much better. Ooh, this is good. Now, if you go to 3D, you will notice it's obviously not at the correct location, because it draws it where I've got the elevation right here. See, if you zoom in, that's where your curtain wall is. So let's move this curtain wall in. And again, this is just roughly, for now, let's go there. And we have to look at the section. It's there. It's not where I wanted it, because I want to start pretty much here. Alright, great. Now, it will be interesting, because it goes straight up, right? And now Graphisoft did with the ARCHICAD 23, they obviously used Rhino for it, as you can see. So we go and have a look what they did. So they, yeah, see, this is a mesh. You know, they fix this up with the mesh. So that's very hard to do, but I've got an idea. Okay, let's copy the roof and the glass. Okay, so we drag a copy over here. Okay, yep, that's good. We go to the section, which I like to see. No, actually, yeah, no, section is correct. Okay, so we select the copy we have here and the glass, and we rotate this around. So we go up here or down, we still zoom in, and you go by 90 degrees. So the glass is flat now. Okay, to show you this, let's have a quick look. Okay, so we copied the glass and we copied this roof over here, turned it 90 degrees, and this is now flat. Okay, now important is because of, I show you, because of the cutting of the ground floor, which is a bit hard there, floor plan cut plane, which is a default setting at 1150. This is cut off a bit. So if I go to my section, there you go. See, it's 115, it's around up here, and it's cutting through there on the floor plan. Which, what I need to do is, it's really important. You see, I really need the green dashed line. I got to follow the green dashed line. So it's much easier if I just, for now, I'll just move this down. Roughly like this. Okay, so it's under the zero ground floor level of my story settings. See, 0 here, so it's underneath that. So if you go now back here, you see the exact green line, and that's exactly what I'm after. Don't worry, this green line, it's showing up obviously from the roof here. See, if you go, it will show that. Now, what we do is we use the mesh. So open the mesh tool, we create a mesh, we can put it on 0 for now. This one, let's make it 1 meter. Okay, don't need you for the moment. Okay, and yes, paint 2 is okay. Terrain, fine for now, even though it's not a terrain, but I'll leave it there for now. Okay, great. So the next biggest part or important is that you really have to sort of go along here, this green line, there you go, And just roughly, you know, if you want more, this is tutorial, if you want it more exactly, maybe make some more points to insert, but for me now in this tutorial, this is plenty. You will see what we do in a moment to show you exactly how we can create this mesh. Okay, we go down here and finish this off. Okay, so what we got now is obviously just a mesh, as you always use when you do some landscape, you know, terrains and all that stuff. All right, cool. So don't worry about the thickness for now. What we're getting to do in a moment is to actually create this mesh in between. So moving it up, moving it down, so it's level with my glass for now. Okay, great. So the next piece, because we had this nicely, the outline perfectly correct. So if I go now here and I do the set height and I go up, see, it's a black pen, so it will recognize exactly where I clicked along on the ground floor. I'll show you this quickly. So it recognizes the green insert points. Okay, so let's go back quickly again to show you into our 3D. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. So it's really nice, you know, it doesn't take too long, and we will extend this like that. All right, I'll do this again. I'll speed this up for you. I think you understand what we do. Okay, let's see what we have so far. If I go back down, obviously this looks exactly the same, and I really need to finish this off. So let's go back to our elevation. Yes. So I want to take this and take this. Yep, those two spines. So we copy them. It's back to our ground floor and we paste them in. Paste. And as you can see, there's a reference there. So reference there. Great. And now I can just extend some of my mesh. Let's just put a couple more in. And maybe one more there, like this. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, perfect. So we go up. This one too. There we go. Now the end is obviously a little bit different because there's no reference. So for now, I'll just try to connect this one with this one diagonal. So let's pull it on by eye for now. There you go. Okay, and obviously you can see already it's not nice and smooth and round. So you have to go now, select this and go all the way along and smoothen this out. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, this looks pretty good. Sorry, I really need to have a marquee tool here, otherwise I get the whole. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yes, it knows a mesh, but like I said, if you do add more points, maybe on every mullion here, it gets a lot smoother. Okay. All right, so. Again, because we now moved this by 90, well, we rotated it, we got to rotate this back now, and obviously this is a mesh. I can't rotate a mesh. Okay, so, okay, we will now convert this into a morph, because then a morph I can just obviously rotate back. All right, now I make a copy because I might need this later, you never know. So in this case, I do like to make a copy. So we drag a copy up here and we right click and we convert this to a morph. Great. Then we drag this down. Yeah, shift. Okay, good. And we have a look at the section. Over here, there we go. So we take this and we will rotate this now. Great, and we look at elevation 1. There it is. And we take this, whoops, and we move that up. Drag there. Come on, straight, straight, straight. Very important. Alright, let's have a look, and then obviously we have to move this, yes, backwards. Let's drag this backwards, and again, shift, hold. Yeah, it'll stick out for now. We have to do something about it in a moment, so let's have a look. Right, I still had the marquee tool on, no worries. There you go. Alright, looks pretty cool, I think. As you can see, we obviously have to take now this out here. So just a quick SEO, solid element operation. We take this as a target, and we take the roof as operator, and we go upwards. Oh, execute. Yeah, see, all cut off. Okay, so before we do the other two curtain walls on this side and on that side, I like to first draw the wall here. Okay, so for this I will go here and I'll take this spline, because I will use the profiler for this wall, because I want to sweep this wall like that. Alright, so just make sure I'm going to the spline, so I pick the spline. Yeah, see, it's a bit hard. Alright, cool. So spline, so what I do is just drag a copy, and we make this wall X, make it 500 minus, yeah, that's not too bad, good. Yeah, alright, cool. So, and then to fill this up with the fill, we can probably use the Magic Wand tool, but we have to make sure it connects. Alright, let's connect this here. Good, that's all connected. Go down here, and we obviously need a line here. Connect this and connect this. Yeah, so if you use the fill tool now, I got a feeling it will stop here because it's all overlapping, but let's have a quick look. Fill, I use 25%, let's make it black, and we try to, oh, okay, it's not too bad. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, no, that actually works. Hang on a second. No, it didn't. Plus I need the Magic Wand tool a lot better than that. As you can see, that's not very good. Let's do that 20 again. Alright, so what we have to do is we take this one, and this. You just got to move it over. It's just easier. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, you know what? To cut this exactly right, I need to add another spline, because I really want to make this fit with my wall roof at the top. Alright, so go there, and let's copy. Yeah, that's better. Don't worry about this sticking out, because I think it should now go inside. Oh. Can't connect. See, you gotta be very careful here. Connect, connect, connect. Alright, so let's have a look. Yes, it needs even to be better. Magic Wand tool, there you go. Let's make it 5. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's do this. Okay, you can see, by the way, because it's a spline and you moved it just horizontal 500, you can actually see that it is a tiny bit thinner here, tiny bit thinner here. So if you want to correct this, so if you want to do this like 500 roughly, Yeah, see, that's where it sort of should be. Just, you know, this is just, again, a little bit of geometry. There you go. Again, I do this roughly. You can probably work this out better. What you see now, you got 500 there, and you can do the same if need be up here. Great. Let's get rid of this. Do it again. Okay, cool. So this is obviously now my fill, which I copy because I use this in my profiler. Let's open the profiler, and I so new. I call it wall. Exciting name, isn't it? All right. Oh, there's already a wall there. Not good. Because yeah, I don't need this wall anymore, so I can just edit this. Not a problem. So delete, paste in. Beautiful. Why is it yellow now? I didn't want it yellow. Anyway, I'll do, and make sure you add a surface, override it, and let's just say structural, and be safe. There we go. We got our wall. All right, let's put it in. Go over here, and for wall, you would choose obviously our wall, and we do this the same. Structural wall external, yep. And I just store this out here for now. There you go. Reason is I have to really fit it in. There it is, the wall. Beautiful. So we drag this wall. Okay. It's not looking too bad. Let's have a look in 3D. Let's go this way. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry, we'll cut this off in a moment. And we go to section. Cutting this off that way first, all we do is we take a morph object, and I use parallel to this one. Ah, come on. Parallel, it's a bit hard, isn't it? This one, there we go. You just extend this, it doesn't matter, this will be just a cutting element for me. Great. Let's go to 3D, and you will see it's been drawn where the section, section is. There we go. And you just extend this a bit. Great. Go to your 2D, and you move this over there. Okay. Great. So we take our solid element operation, and target element is this one. Operator subtraction execute. So this one will go onto my cutting element layer, which should be turned off if I go here. Oops. Off. Alright, so we cut that one off. See? There we go. And the next one is we obviously use the other one. Okay, so target elements, upright elements, subtraction with operator. You know what, let's just make a deal. So what we concentrate is on this now. If it says upwards, it keeps the bottom. If it says downwards, it keeps the top. How about that for remembering? Okay, this will work. Okay, so we do the same one on here, remember, with the cutting. So we go on section, I speed this up for you a bit, just do another morph. Okay, so cut it off this way. I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, let's add the other windows. Curtain wall here, curtain wall there. So I'm going first to this one here, which is my elevation tool. Okay, so what we do is we use the curtain wall tool, and gotta be careful. If I use the magic wand to see, it can't really find exactly what I'm after. So first things first, elevation here. Let's cut this elevation a bit further down. You know, really just have a quick look just there. It's just easier to work with. You won't see as much. There you go. And next bit is we might be able to, yeah, not quite. So I don't need this arc anymore. Sometimes a bit hard. This one here, get rid of that one. Let's try again. Curtain wall, that should work. Yeah. Cancel, gotta be in this one. Yeah, great. Okay, so obviously we go elevation 1 and we have to move it from our elevation. Really zoom into that one. Alright. Yeah, that's better. And I want to put it in the middle of the wall. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Okay, this is looking good. There we go. Alright, let's do this one here. This is a bit more tricky, and I'll tell you why. Because if you use the magic wand tool, it will pick the wavy roof, you know, the slab and everything, but it will put it straight on the elevation. And as you can see, we obviously tilt in that way, but we also go we sloping down. So I tell you what I mean in a moment, because you will see. So it's just a small trick. So let's take elevation 3 here. We open this. Yep, there we go. Okay, so if I use now the curtain wall, gotta try to figure out, there it is. So we click this one. Okay, great. So if we go to 3D, you know what happened is the last time it draws it exactly on the elevation. See, that's where my elevation is. Okay, that's fine, but the problem is if I zoom in now and I'll pick this and I draw this back, you know, move it here. Let's just move it there somewhere. There you go. So it looks pretty good, but as you can see, there's a gap. Okay, because the magic wand tool did it exactly on this line here. To explain this, you have to pick this, and let's move this, you know, to there. Watch this. Okay, see, that's where exactly cut it there. There you go. You know, it's not, it cuts around here. So obviously if I go further in now, there's a small gap. As you can see, because my roof is sloping from there to there and is not just flat. Okay. Okay, now to do this, that it fits here, I should be able to move the elevation. Let's just try this. So get rid of this one. I delete, and we go down to my ground floor, and we take this elevation and you move this to where you want to draw the wall, you know, the curtain wall. And I like my curtain wall just there. So let's try this again. If I use now my curtain wall, click again, all right, you can see it's obviously cut off, but it did exactly, so exactly there, there's my elevation. So if I go into 3D now, yeah, see, no gaps at all, because I moved my elevation right here, and the magic wand tool drew this curtain wall exactly where my elevation is, and now I got no gap. Pretty cool. Nah, it's good, it's good. Look, there's just little things you learn along the way watching my tutorials, because that's part of experience. You know, if you start up with ARCHICAD, you would struggle with this type of thing, but after so many years, I come up with solutions you can follow, and you can then build whatever you want almost in ARCHICAD. Great. I just add a couple of walls. ARCHICAD to quite nice, quick physical white render. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial inspired by ARCHICAD 23, and I hope to see you back next time. Bye for now.